So we are back again with another video, and today we'll be discussing whether we can win the Europa League, looking ahead to the Slavia Prague game. Now, if you haven't already, go check out my preview for the Slavia game. That's one of the last videos on my channel, and hopefully I'll put it up there as well. And this is taken from a clip from the live stream I did a few days ago, so if you want to check out the full live stream, go check that one out. And let's get straight into it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe and share the video if you have enjoyed as well. And go subscribe to the people that were in this live stream, including the Gooner Express, the Blind Gooner, and Glenn Kitely, Everything Arsenal. So let's get straight into it. I'm gonna move on now, and I want to talk about the rest of the season. Now, that includes this competition here, the Europa League. Now, teams left, we're obviously facing Slavia Prague, and if we beat them, we've got either Villarreal, Unai Emery. Hopefully he does an interview, you can clip a good evening for one more time, two more times for the two legs. But they still have to get past Dinamo Zagreb. And I just think this whole Europa League, anyone can win it, I think, here, because Zagreb beat a contender in Spurs. Slavia beaten two English sides. Don't forget that. They've beaten Rangers and Leicester. So a lot of people thinking that they're going to be some sort of steamroll. We're going to completely finish them. We're not. I always said this is a very difficult game against Slavia. And I think even Granada against United, Granada, a team that beat Napoli, a team that some may have thought of contenders as well. I think anyone can win it here. Now, I want to ask, first of all, Gooner Express, first of all, Slavia Prague, how difficult of a game that's going to be. Souček and Kufa would have told them all about us in the international break. And again, next round would be Villarreal. Maybe the final would be United. Do you see us winning this? Just to give your overall thoughts on this competition.
Well, yeah, quickly with Slavia Prague as well. Obviously, we need to beat them for what happened with Glenn Kamara. But the main thing as well, they are a very good side. Let's not forget that. I forgot his name, but he's a Romanian striker and he's on fire. He's scored more goals than he's played games, I think, this season. He scored a wonderful free kick against Rangers. So they're a very dangerous side. They've got some great players, especially in the attacking front three. So defensively, we need to be careful. And if we give them, goals, which we love to do, we're going to end up being. They're going to score. We're going to be made to pay for that. So as a club, as a squad, we need to obviously be careful. Don't give away stupid goals, and also break them down slowly because they're a team that are difficult to break down. But overall, I think it will be Villarreal in the semis. I think. I'm not writing off Zagreb, but I think for Emery, this means more than we realise. He did an interview at the start of the season, I think it was the round of 32, and he said something along the lines of, I want to knock out Arsenal. That's my goal. I want to knock Arsenal out of the Europa League. So he's coming for us. He now knows that he has a way of beating us in this competition and getting to a final. He's going to do everything he can to beat us. So again, if it is Emery in the semis, we need to be on job because he's going to do everything in his power. The likes of Coquelin are coming back as well. He's going to want to get a little bit of revenge. So we've just got to be careful. And in terms of the final, it could be anybody because United, we don't even, they've never got past the semi-final under Solskjaer. So they've got to beat either Ajax or Roma if they beat Granada. So it's a great Europa League. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be great no matter who's there.
Yeah. How does this work? Yep, there you go. So yeah, that striker you talk about, the Romanian one, I've searched it. It says Nicolae Stancu. Yeah, he scored a magnificent free kick against Rangers, and again, it's going to be difficult. It's Europa League. Glenn, what do you think? For me, I think we'll win it. I think we can win it, and I think I've had a feeling, we can win it and get into the Champions League. What do you think?
Man, I don't think. Yes, we had very good chances when the first season in the Europa League, if we beat Atletico, we'd have faced Marseille in the final. But I don't. And I remember as well.
We should have won it that year. We should have won it. Yeah, we should have won it that year.
When he took the lead against Barcelona in 2006 as well. But I don't think we've ever had such a good opportunity. Like, we've been drawn in the perfect side, like Slavia Prague, Villarreal, Dinamo Zagreb. And even if we win it, there's a chance we still could avoid United or even an Ajax and face Granada in the final. So I don't think we've ever had such a good chance. So at least I'm expecting us to get to a final. I don't think we'll face Villarreal. I actually have a feeling Dinamo Zagreb will win that game somehow, maybe on away goals or something. So I think we might escape that bullet. But there's a chance in the final we could face United or Granada, and that would be tough. I wouldn't want to lose another European final.
Arteta's record against Solskjaer, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's very good, but Yeah, and especially in a one-off game, I prefer
Yeah.
facing United in a final, like one cup game, than a home and away. So I actually had a dream that we smashed Slavia Prague 6-0. I'm hoping it happens. I really
Yeah.
had a dream we smashed them 6-0. So I really hope it happens. If we get the job done in the first leg, I'd be very, very happy because we're at home, and then the second leg, all you need to do is to get a goal. So I think we'll get to the final, but then there you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really difficult. And if you guys didn't see what Bale did to Cadella in international duty, that was very funny. And yeah, Danny, what do you think? You know, we got Slavia. A lot of people I've seen are saying it's gonna be a roller coaster. I've got a lot of friends who are Leicester fans, and they said how good Slavia were when they played her because I'm from there. You know, they're saying how good Slavia were, and that fills me with a bit of fear. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's not going to be as easy as what some people think it's going to be. I think it's going to be tricky. They're a tricky little team, and it's the kind of game that if we don't apply ourselves right, we could come unstuck. And I think we need to apply ourselves correctly in this game over the two legs. But I think if we get past them, then I've just got a feeling that Zagreb are going to want to get through. Listen, they had a, getting through against Tottenham, and just that being able to do that was, I think they're going to be on a high, and they're going to want to continue that on. So I think they could potentially get past Villarreal. But, the semi-finals, it's going to be interesting because, if we get through to the final, then it really is. I think it depends. If we get United in the final, it's going to be a tricky game. But, a lot of people are tipping United to win the Europa. But you know what? They're going to have a difficult semi-final either against Ajax or Roma. And I can see one of them causing United an upset. So that's not nailed on that it's going to be Arsenal United final. I actually think that it's going to be tricky. Listen, if United get knocked out, then we've probably got an easier chance. But right now, looking at it, you would probably say that on paper, United probably are the favourites to win it because they've got a much better squad than us at the moment. So you probably would look at that, but you look at that semi-final and think if either Ajax or Roma can knock United out, then it's a game changer. That semi-final is going to be a game changer in terms of who wins the Europa League.
So you really don't want Roma.
Yeah.
You really don't want Roma.
Yeah, Roma look good. Mkhitaryan and Pedro as their wingers. Oh my goodness. And Mkhitaryan's having a good season as well over there, and they play some good football. But again, I want to ask everyone with the Europa League, how important is it for us? Because we're going to go into the league in a second when we talk about Liverpool and the league next. But the importance of this to get Champions League football, it's not playing Champions League next season. It's more about the money, because then the board won't have an excuse to someone to say, oh, we don't have Europe, we can't spend, we can't do this, can't do that, because all our fans are thinking we're going to splash the cash this summer somehow, because that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Especially if you don't get any sort of Europe, because Europe does provide a lot of money. There was some, there was an account that, posted how much money you get from Champions League football. It might have been Swiss Ramble, I can't remember. But I want to ask you and express this. What is the importance of this?
Well, I've said it at the start of the stream. Until we get rid of the likes of Kroenke, we're never going to improve, because we've seen it in the past where we got Champions League and they don't spend. And the excuses, again, I know Arteta has to peddle these excuses because he's the puppet, but he said it. If you don't get a Europa League or a European budget, I can't spend European budget. What he means by that is if I don't get Europe, I can't spend money that you'd expect a European team to spend, like the amount of money they spend. But even when we've got Europe, we don't spend money. We've seen it with Wenger. And for me, it's not even just that we don't spend the money, it's you spend it in the wrong places. Let's have a look at Granit Xhaka and Granit Xhaka as the main one. Ever since he signed for Arsenal, we've never achieved Champions League football. Same with Mustafi when he joined. Now, that's not down to Granit Xhaka for me. What that's down to is the recruitment, because we decided to buy Granit Xhaka and Shkodran Mustafi when we could have looked at a Kante and many other players at the time that were available for similar fees. Look at Kante now. He's a World Cup winner playing for Chelsea. He's won, 2 Premier League titles, and he could win Champions League this season with Chelsea, whereas Granit Xhaka's stuck at 9th with Arsenal. So it's not just Kroenke, it's the people they hire. Again, the recruitment, Edu, Vinay, all these people, and until they just go and get sacked and we get a new owner, it doesn't matter where we are, whether in Champions League, Europa League, or 15th. We're never going to spend the money we need. But we know we need these players. Like, again, right back, we need a backup left back, 2 DMs, a backup striker, a centre attacking midfielder. And we're never going to get that many players in one window, not with Kroenke.
Yeah. Daniel, what do you think in terms of what is the importance of this Europa League, to not give the board any excuses? Because I'll tell you now, if we win that Europa League, I'll have a series day 1 of screaming, "Do we care? Do you?" Day 2, day 3, because I want this club then to spend. Because I remember that one summer after when we came second, when Leicester won the league, all we did was, I think, was check or something. Says it all, doesn't it? But Daniel, what do you think?
I actually think it's important. It's massive. Absolutely. I've said it loads of times on my channel that we need to just maybe put our league form to one side just to get through this Europa League campaign. Because listen, we ain't going nowhere in the league, are we? Let's be honest. We ain't getting European football in the league. I know Arteta spoke about it in his press conference today about, we could still get it in the league, but listen, we ain't getting it in the league. We it's a lot easier to win 5 games than not with us at the moment, but I say on paper it's a lot easier to win 5 games than try and flog a dead horse by winning loads of games in the league and still having to rely on other teams to drop points. The Europa League it's essentially in our hands. We win all those games, we are back in the Champions League. But you know what? It's for me, the Kroenkes aren't the problem. And I'll tell you the reason why I don't think the Kroenkes are the problem. Because you look at all the money that we have spent, and we have spent a lot of money. Yeah. When you look at Granit Xhaka, 35 million, Squadron Mustafi, 35 million. You look at 72 on Pepe, 50 odd on Aubameyang, 45 on Partey. There's so many more. For me, it's the recruitment. So therefore, I don't necessarily blame Kroenke for that. Listen, he doesn't know anything about football. So for me, Kroenke's not going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. He's bought the whole club. He owns the whole club. There's no way he's going anywhere unless he decides to sell because of finances and because of his other endeavors with over there in the US. He ain't going anywhere. So we need to accept that. And what we need is somebody a CEO that understands football. That's what we need. We need somebody who understands football, because what's happening is, and what's happened for a long time, is you got somebody like, take it when we had Gazidis and Wenger in charge. Wenger would go to Gazidis saying, I want this player, not necessarily the right player. Gazidis would go, okay, he'd go to the Kroenke and say, yeah, I want this player. Kroenke would probably say, yeah, not understanding the quality of a player or the value of a player or anything to do with football. He'd just go, yeah, okay, here you go. So that's what's happening. So we need somebody, for a couple of people further down the chain that are big football fans. This is why I can't understand why Arsenal don't have any ex-legends on the board or anything like that, because that would do us the world of good. If we had ex-legends on the board, it would massively change things for us.
Yeah, very well said. And I just want to add to that, Kroenke has spent a lot of money, but we spent it on absolute crap. And you said it there with Xhaka and Mustafi and all these players. And we have a sofa salesman and a barbecue merchant as our recruitment staff. Let's be real here. And I thought, a lot of people have been cussing Sanelli for a lot of things, but he's the guy who brought in Kieran Tierney, Nicolas Pepe, got a lot of business done for us. And yes, he took backhanders for that Pepe deal, but he did quite well for us, and I think he's better than what we got. For me, it has to be someone like Overmars has to come in. Maybe even I wouldn't mind Edu and Overmars sitting together. Maybe because Edu has that links in South America, and then Overmars can have that European link as well, and then they're both club legends as well. But we've got Military Guna TV. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. But yeah, I just want to ask you just quickly before we go back onto this topic of the club as a whole. But Europa League, what's our chances?
I think we have a very solid chance of winning the Europa League. To be fair, I don't see why we can't win it. We just had the same amount of capability of winning the Europa League, just as Ajax, also Manchester United. I can see us beating those teams. To be fair, Manchester United has the favorites to win the Europa League, but yet still, we know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer cannot go over the line when it comes on to winning trophies. So I can't see why he's definitely one of the favorites to win it. I don't understand that.